Good morning, dear students. Myself, Dr. Haripriya, working as Associate Professor in Chemistry, Department of Humanities and Sciences, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. In today's session, we are going to have an idea about biodegradable polymers. That is a little bit of introduction related to biodegradable polymers, and then few examples for biodegradable polymers. One is polylactic acid and the one is polyvinyl alcohol. So let us start with the introductory part. Polymers which are able to degrade or decompose due to the action of naturally occurring microorganisms like bacteria, fungi and algae, and the presence of suitable physical environment like oxygen, water and sunlight. So such kind of polymers are named to be biodegradable polymers. Due to this kind of decomposition or degradation, that is called biodegradation, these are able to convert that organic matter into CO2, CH4, that is methane, carbon dioxide and water. And along with these things, biomass and humic acid formation will takes place. So, and with all these kind of things, sometimes very trace amounts of natural substances also will be present. So, if polymers are able to involve in degradation or decomposition due to the action of microorganisms that were present, and in the presence of atmospheric oxygen, moisture content, sunlight, physical environment presence is there, then they are able to involve in decomposition, and they will convert into carbon dioxide, methane, water, humic acid and a trace amount of biomass and other natural substances will be produced. So, the simple biodegradation is defined as a chemical breakdown of materials by physiological, that means physical as well as biological environment. Simple biodegradation is a chemical breakdown process by the materials by physiological environment. So, these are of two types. Biodegradable polymers are natural and synthetic. Naturally occurring biodegradable polymers and synthetic biodegradable polymers. Directly I am switching over to the examples. One is polylactic acid. So, how this polylactic acid preparation takes place? So, polylactic acid is also known as polylactic acid or polylactide, and its short form it is PLA, and it is an example for plastic material, that is we will call it as thermoplastic material, and as I told you, it is example for polylactide, that is an example for polyester. So that means it will have ester functional group and it is going to repeat n number of times. That's why we will call this as an example for polyester thermoplastic, or it is also example for polyhydroxyalkanoate. Alkanoate is IUPAC nomenclature for ester compounds. That's why it can be also known as polyhydroxyalkanoate, that is PLA, polylactic acid. PLA is formally obtained by condensation of lactic acid. When this lactic acid it is subjected to condensation because of loss of water molecule, it is able to convert into a cyclic compound, that is lactide, and later it involves in ring opening. Because of this ring opening, it is able to convert into its corresponding polylactic acid. So, if you notice this structure, D and L forms of lactic acid are considered, and they were subjected to condensation polymerization because of elimination of water molecule. These are able to form a cyclic compound, that's name it is lactide. This lactide on ring opening, it is able to form a compound that is called polylactic acid. So, if you notice, this is a general structure for polylactic acid, or we will call it as an example for polyester, and it is also another example for polyhydroxyalkanoate. So, because alkanoate is the IUPAC name that is given for ester functional group. So, all these things will take place due to condensation of lactic acid. And coming to the applicative part, this polylactic acid is having a lot of applications. It is mainly used for disposable type of packaging, which is having very less lifetime, or we can call it as short-lived and disposable packaging material. In the total production of PLA in the year 2022, 35% was used for flexible packaging like films, bags, labels and all. 30% it is used for rigid packing, that is like bottles used to carry water, and then some oils like that, and then jars and containers. So as a whole, if you notice, this polylactic acid is having lot of applications in disposable packing, and then in the manufacturing of bottles, jars and containers. Coming to the second example, that is polyvinyl alcohol. If you notice the preparation of polyvinyl alcohol, on subjecting this polyvinyl alcohol, if you notice the preparation of polyvinyl alcohol, it is prepared by hydrolysis of polyvinyl acetate. So if this polyvinyl acetate, it is on subjecting to hydrolysis. If it is subjected to hydrolysis, then polyvinyl alcohol formation will takes place. Or it can be prepared by conversion of polyvinyl esters in the presence of a base by involving in transesterification, that is with ethanol. This can be easily prepared. So this is its reaction, transesterification method. That means polyvinyl ester, if it is subjected to treatment with ethanol in the presence of a base, using base as a catalyst, then it is able to form polyvinyl alcohol. This is the general structure of polyvinyl alcohol polymer, and this reaction, it is accounting for transesterification process. Coming to the properties and applications of polyvinyl alcohol. Polyvinyl alcohol, it is having very high flexibility and tensile strength. Tensile strength, it is nothing but so much of a heavy load it is able to bear on its surface, and then it is miscible in water. It easily mixes with water and it is odorless. It doesn't have any kind of smell. It possesses a molecular weight that is ranging from 26,000 to 30,000 grams mole. And the polyvinyl alcohol is having a melting point. It is able to involving in melting process at 185 degrees centigrade. It is immiscible in organic solvents. That means it is not having solubility in organic solvents like toluene, benzene and all, except for ethanol, which is highly soluble. When a small amount of this vinyl alcohol, if it is added to ethanol, it is able to soluble slightly. And except this ethanol, in remaining all, it is able to not dissolve. That means immiscible in organic solvents. Polyvinyl alcohol, it is ductile in nature. That means ductility means longer lifetime. And then also strong and flexible. It is very strong material and it possesses very high flexibility. In the first point itself, we mentioned it is having very high flexibility. And coming to the applicative part, polyvinyl alcohol, it is used to manufacture synthetic adhesives. That means sticking property will exist for this type of polymers. That's why it is used in manufacturing synthetic adhesives that find their use in various fields. It is also soluble in water and can be used as an emulsion as well. As it is soluble in water up to some extent, we can use this one in the preparation of emulsion also. Polyvinyl alcohol is an amazing absorbent which makes it very highly useful in textile industry. As it is a very good absorbent, it is also having applications in the textile side part. In today's sessions, so far we discussed is biodegradable polymers. Biodegradable polymers, polymers which are having decomposition by nature itself are named to be biodegradable polymers. So the degradation or decomposition takes place due to the presence of microorganisms as well as environmental, or we can say surrounding things like presence of oxygen, like that. So such kind of polymers are called biodegradable polymers. These are two types, natural and synthetic. And a few examples for biodegradable polymers, that is polylactic acids, its preparation, properties and applications. Second one is polyvinyl alcohol, its properties and applications we have discussed in today's session. In the coming session or in the next session, we are going to start learn about Unit 5, that is smart materials and lubricants. That's all for today's class. Thank you.